I've done a lot of traveling in my life. Actually, never been to Ireland, so one, I'm really excited to go over there. I think in traveling and seeing other things, you don't just have a good time, but you learn a lot. I think it's an incredible educational experience. I think our players will benefit from it, both from a football standpoint and from a personal standpoint. When they laid out all the details of the trip and the things that our players are going to be able to do, I thought it made a lot of sense. I think it's going to be a special week for us to go over there. It fit in with our schedule real well from a football standpoint, but more than that, I'm excited to give our players the opportunity to experience another culture in another country, and I think it can really broaden the horizons of what they think and help them going forward. We need to get we talked this morning about getting better at fundamentals and basic things. I think we were all extremely disappointed after the last game. I probably watched both sides of the ball 6 times. Offensively, we were close. I don't think we played poorly. We just made little mistakes here and there that you can't make. Our first drive, we busted on a couple plays on the last first down, or we should have scored on that drive. Second drive, we had it down there again and took a sack. Wish I'd have had us in a different play on first down there. We can't take a sack down there. It cost us points. Third drive, we had it down to the 4 and had a penalty. And even our 2-minute drive, we got the drive started well, but jumped off sides at receiver before the ball was snapped. Yeah, you can't do those things in any game. You definitely can't do them on the road against a good team. But some of the fundamentals, just basics of blocking, being in the right place on routes, we're going back to the basics with that. And same thing on defense. I kind of had the impression coming off field we got pushed around a little up front. When you watch the tape, that didn't happen. We just misfit some things. Guys were expecting somebody to be in a gap from the secondary, from linebacker, and 4 or 5 or 6 times they weren't there, and they turned into big plays. And we can't do well a lot of the time, but not consistently enough, and that's what happened Saturday. So we're back to basics this week. Yeah, we're still coming with chemistry. We're still playing a lot of young guys, a lot of guys that haven't started a lot, particularly on the offensive line, and getting that all dialed in together is important improvement that we need to make. Obviously, we're still young in a couple other places too. We still need some weapons to continue to develop, so we have more options. But again, when you watch the tape, we had opportunities. We had opportunities to score and make that a different game, and we didn't do it. And that comes down to consistency, and I think consistency will come with more experience. That's a tough one to answer because I kind of know what they are, but I don't want to talk too much about it. We don't generate enough big plays to make mistakes and not be able to sustain drives. So we need to keep doing the things we need to do so we can generate more plays. And in the meantime, we got to limit the mistakes so that we don't stop drives ourselves.
3 days.
Any and all of them, honestly. And I think there's a bunch, so it'd be hard for me to pick out just a couple. It'd be great to have a couple of the O-linemen, Piper, Ben Hart, and those guys start to give us some help. Some skill guys. Ramir Johnson still has a couple games to play in. I'm expecting him to help us down the stretch. And guys on defense too. You might see a bunch of the guys later in the year. Defensive linemen like Masai Newsome and Ty Robinson. And again, there's too many to count. But if those guys are ready to play, we can seriously use the help and the depth right now.